All right. New day. It's a rainy day down here. I think when we left last, you saw us put the crank in the 401. So we're resuming back on that. Right now, I'm just getting the lifters. I'm gonna soak these lifters. You know, I don't know how much of a huge deal it is because we'll spin it over with the drill and get the oil pressure up and everything will be lubed, but still we're gonna soak them real good. We're gonna actually put them in this Lucas break-in oil. I've never used this break-in oil before to break a motor in, but it is, I usually, over the last few years, been using Rotilla and adding Lucas's zinc additive to it and had no trouble. It's always worked good. But the reason you have to do that now is because years ago the government took all the zinc out of the oil. So what that does on flat tappet cams and lifters, when you break them in, if it doesn't have that zinc in the oil where the lifter rides on the load of the cam, you know, you got metal against metal. When it's in there, that's the way it rides. But if you don't put that zinc in there, it'll literally, in 20 minutes, it'll wear the cam out. It'll wear the loads off the cam, wear the lifters out. So I don't know why they did that. I did not know that. As a matter of fact, I think we talked about it. When I built the motor, the inline 6 for Seth's first mud truck, we built the inline 6, 258 inline 6, and we always used comp cams. Comp was real good. You could call Comp, get a cam ground, tell them what you wanted, and they were real good about getting you the right cam for whatever application you were using it for. So we had a Comp cam ground for that 6-cylinder, and I didn't know. It was right at the time that stuff was going on with the oil. I didn't know that. I put the motor together with just regular oil like I always did, and golly, it wasn't really 15-20 minutes during the break-in. It started busting and popping and backfiring, and I couldn't figure it out. We checked everything, didn't have no idea why it was doing that, and then pulled the valve cover off and spun it over, and the rockers weren't even moving. It wore the cam out that quick. And I called Comp Cams and told him what had happened. And he asked me, he said, what kind of oil did you use? And I told him, he said, there's your problem. I said, what do you mean? He said, man, the government took all the zinc out of the oil, and if you don't put an additive in it or use some break-in oil, he said, that's exactly what happened. He said, I know it wasn't your fault. Y'all bought a lot of cams from us. He said, I tell you what I'll do. I'll ship it out today. I'll send you a brand new cam and lifters at half price and the oil that you need to break it in. So if y'all ever need a cam, Comp Cams are good guys to work with. But that was my story of learning about no zinc in the oil. Not that y'all care. But anyway, we got those soaking, and I think today, we're not going to show everything. There's so many videos about putting motors together. We'll probably put the rings on the pistons today. Maybe get the pistons in. I don't know if we'll slide the cam in the motor today or not. Just we're going out of town tomorrow. Seth's got a show in Kingsport, Tennessee tomorrow night, so we got to get everything wrapped up early today so we can leave out in the morning heading there. So what we got going on today? All right, we're finishing putting up the last piston rings on. A lot of y'all probably know this, but you know, this is your oil ring. And it's got a bottom land and a top land. I guess that's what they call it. But it's Just kind of roll them around and get them on there. One of these goes on the top and one goes on the bottom. I always put, of course I don't know if you can do it anyway, put the bottom one on first. And just make sure they spin free. And then when, I don't really necessarily do it now, but when I go to put it in the motor, you want to make sure none of your, none of the grooves line up. Yeah, right. They all got to, yeah, you want to make sure all of these are spun around at different places on the piston so the oil won't get back. Some people put oil on them before they put them on the pistons. I never have. I always put them on dry, and then before I put them in the motor, I get them real good and lubed up with oil, and just make sure it spins free. And then your second ring, some rings do and some rings don't. Some of them will have a dot on it. Like this one's got a dot. Let's see. Right there.
All right.
And that means the dot goes up.
The dot goes up.
Always the dot goes up. And that's on your second ring there. And just get it started in there and just walk it around. And like I say, when you get it in there, make it short turns free. And now the top ring, look at it, it doesn't have anything, any dot or anything on it, so you can put it on either way. It doesn't matter. And just put it in there and walk it around. Make sure it's free. And then when you go to put it in your motor, just make sure them grooves aren't lined up, you know. Make sure they're all, none of them are lined up. Like, see that one right there? They would be a little too close. I would pull them around. And you put your ring compressor on it and pop it in the motor. So what we'll probably do next is put the bearings in the rods and get the pistons soaked down good with oil, put some oil in the cylinder walls and start knocking them in and get the rods torqued on. All right, we got started putting the pistons in. Got number 1 in, and we're not gonna go over and show you everything on this. I almost don't even want to show it because so many people's got so many opinions about how to do stuff. And I'm not saying what the way we do it is right, wrong. Just saying it's the way I've always done it. I was taught the first time, and I've just always done it that way. But, I just wiped the cylinder down. And a paper towel was good. They don't leave any. Some of them shop rags, they're bad about leaving lint. I don't know how much lint would hurt anything, but a paper towel was good to wipe it down with. And what I do is I take my hands, because that way if you got your fingers, you can feel. If there's any grit or anything, I just dump it in this oil that the lifters are in. Just wipe it around in the cylinder. Get some lubricant on it. I'll probably put more oil in places than I should, but I would rather it smoke like crazy when you first crank it up than it not be enough lubrication in there when you crank it up. So I do that, and then the bearings, your rod bearings are no there's nothing, they're the same for the top and bottom, and they're easy. Just pop them in. They got the locks on them. Just pop it in there. Make sure it's in there good and tight. Like I say, some people put oil on the back side. I never have. Just put them in there. And I've got these little pieces, these rubber pieces that I always put over the studs just so it doesn't, when you go down, you don't want to nick the cylinder walls. And then put your assembly lube in there. Like I say, I always use my finger to spread it out, because sometimes when you do this, wipe your finger off, and if it's any kind of little grit or anything there when you're doing it, you'll feel it and you can get it out. Like I say, don't know if it's right or wrong, it's just the way I've always done it. And then, like I said, you don't want any of your ring grooves lined up. Just make sure you turn them around where none of them are in line. And then what I do, take the same oil and I just slather it around the piston, get it down in the groove some, and like I say, it's messy. It may be more than is needed, but I do that, and then I just take the rings and just kind of run them back and forth a little bit. And when you put your pistons in, these actually have a arrow on it to tell you they go to the front. Some of them don't have that, but the locks here on your bearings, when you put it in, they always point towards the outside of the block. So it would drop in like that. And what I do, I always get the crank throw down at the bottom and take your ring compressor. This is another thing that oil on there will help do. And I do not have the best ring compressor in the world, but it has been a good one and put together a lot of motors. But what you want to make sure you got those rings compressed good, and always knock down and make sure it's sitting good and flush on the block. And when you start pushing it down, if it looks like you get some resistance or it stops, stop, because that means that probably one of your rings has got caught on the top of the block and it's not going down. So you don't want to crack your ring. And I always put the block facing up like this, so when the rod's hanging down, it'll go straight through and not hit the cylinder wall. And then just tap it down with a hammer and guide it down on your crank. You don't want to nick your crank. This is where these little rubber caps come in. Just knock it down onto your crank like that when it bottoms out. Take a look at it, make sure everything's good. Pull your caps off. Kill these people calling. Alright. Then you take your cap. Like I said, locks towards the outside. And try to keep your nuts on the same studs that they came off of. And I don't turn the block over, I just do it like this. And if anything, when you're doing this, if you feel any kind of resistance, if it feels like something might be catching and not going smooth, don't force it. Stop and check and make sure you don't have any issues. And then we'll torque the rod bearings. AMCs on 401s and 390s, they're 45 to 55 foot-pounds. So we'll do them at 50. And I'm gonna just go. I got it set at 20. We'll get it tightened up at 20, and then probably hit it at maybe 35. Then go to final on 50, just to make sure it goes on even all the way down. And like I say, I'm not saying that this is the way you do it. This is just the way I do it. If you watch another YouTube video and know somebody else that does it a different way, that ain't necessarily right or wrong. Do what works for you. The biggest thing is just staying clean and making sure nothing is binding up, getting in the way, and everything's smooth. Alright, this will be the final torque on this one. Alright, and let's see. Alright, it should move back and forth like that. It's going on the wrist pin. That thing will float in there, so that's all good. And then what I do, I just got the crank bolt in the end here with a washed nut just to keep it from bottoming out so we can get it back out easy. I just spin it over and just make sure everything goes up and down smooth, no binding, no scratching in the cylinder wall. And then again, I am with the oil. I'll put a little bit more oil in there. See, I just felt, using my finger, I felt one little piece right there. So got it out. Feels good. Everything running smooth, just like it's supposed to be. And then we will repeat that process 6 more times, and the pistons will be in. I think it's about lunchtime.
Yeah. Right. Dad just got a few more pistons in, and Ivan and I are out here. As you can see, the sun is not out, really. It's got some cloud coverage. And we need to get the grease off of this stuff. And I think we found a way to get our handheld sun to do the job for us. Got a little oven cleaner. If y'all saw this in one of our last videos, we were cleaning up differentials and stuff like that, getting all the grease off of them. And as we mentioned, engine part cleaner, all that good stuff, oven cleaner. That'll do it. It's smoking. It's doing something. But we're gonna keep heating them things up and just messing around with this and cleaning that. But there you go. Oh, by the way, Ivan's back in town, if we didn't notice. Talking.
What do you say, man?
Yo, one time.
There, bud?
Oh, look, there's Odin boy. What do you say, boy?
You came to clock in.
He's clocking in. He's an hour and a half late.
He's like, what can I do, guys? We need to put a snap-on collar on.
He's a working boy now.
Oh, yeah.
The gasket stuff off of them, which they're already so crusty. It's hot, ain't it?
It's still hard.
You ever set fire and flame? You ever put flames on a daggone? You ever put an engine through the fire and brimstone like that one time? You ever done that?
Today, Junior.
All right, now that's scalding hot.
Now that it's scalding hot, we scrape.
You got your.
I don't get my glove on.
Oh, okay. This is probably not recommended, but at least we're outside. I don't smell nothing funny. You smell something funny?
I can't even see.
Look at that purple giraffe over there.
I get it?
Oh, you missed it. Now you're getting it. There's probably somebody watching like, oh my gosh, don't do that. You're not supposed to.
Somebody's worried to death about us all the time, whoever's watching.
Like we said, well, there's a disclaimer at the beginning, so.
Yeah. Thank you for worrying about us. Oh, wait.
yeah, I put it over there. It's still on recording. They can hear what you're saying.
Oh, yeah, thank you for worrying about us.
Well, that valve cover came out pretty nifty.
Yep, that was a trip to the kerosene department
Oh, okay, cool.
after the scraping and the, what do you call it? Oven cleaner.
Oven clear. The acid.
Yep. So I think it'll be pretty good.
We got all the pistons in the block. Everything's going, moving nice and smooth like it should. No issues. Everything went together, no problem. We will probably put the cam in it next.
10-4.
Time and chain and all on, and then put the heads on it, and then that'll be the
We actually have
main
to,
brain of it all together.
and we actually have to go get the intake off of the truck that it's
Yeah.
going in,
That's
correct?
right. We've got to go get the truck. It's got an Edelbrock Performer RPM intake on it, on the motor that's in it. So we're going to go get that out of the truck, or off the truck, and then the carburetor that's on there, we're going to rebuild it too. I think it's an Edelbrock. I don't know if it's a 750 or 650 or whatever. Anyway, we're going to rebuild that carburetor.
Sweet. Yeah, there was I think it was a Quadrajet or something in the parts truck that this came.
No, it had
What
the
was
original,
that?
It had the original Motorcraft. These came
The Motorcraft,
yeah,
okay,
These came
alright.
with 4-barrel Motorcraft carburetors
All right.
that were.
I just slung it off to the side. I wasn't looking at it.
They
Yeah.
ran. That's about all. They want the. Yeah, I think we're gonna put a Edelbrock on this one. It should be a good little motor.
Cool deal.
I wish it was mine.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, wish it was yours. On
Oh, yeah.
it'd be sweet in Ivan's Javelin.
Mm-hmm. I hope to do that
Someday.
one day, though.
Someday.
Whether it's building one or just putting one in it, but I'd like to put one in it.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Pretty daggone.
All right, we're getting ready to slide the cam in, and I don't know how everybody else does it. This is the way I do it. Make sure it's lubed up real good with some assembly lube, and I just put it on there and just rub it all in with my hands. Like I said before, you want to make sure it's
Sorry. I'm over here in my own head laughing.
yeah, I know. So, you want to make sure it's got plenty on it. You don't want it dry when you first crank it up at all. So, and I used to have a tool to slide these in with, but before I got the tool, this is the way I used to do it, so I'm going to do it that old school way. I just find a bolt, screw it in the end, like that. And then take some vice grips and just clamp on it so you can get a good hold on it when you start putting it in. And then slide it in. Make sure you want to go in easy. You don't want to nick your bearings as you go in. And when it gets down to the end is when you start having to put because you'll need to pick up on it when you go in to pick the end up. And there we go. Cam in.
Cam in.
Cam in.
Coming in. Going out.
We'll put the timing gear on it and then put the timing chain. A lot of people will put the timing gear on and use the timing gear to guide it in. You can, no right or wrong way.
Just get it on there.
Just get it in there. Just get it in.
It's a fresh face right there.
Yeah, and once you get it in, just, turn it. Make sure it turns good and free. It does. So, one more piece to the puzzle. Yeah, you can cut now.
One more piece to the puzzle, he says. I'm working with the bare minimum over here.
I know, this filter keeps falling.
They're exactly 3 centimeters deep. And we need a couple more centimeters.
Shining her up.
What's that?
We're probably gonna have to knock this crank gear back off.
Okay.
Well, it's like on a Chevrolet, your timing gear bolts right directly to the cam, so you can put the timing chain on it and put it up there.
Right.
With this, we're gonna have to walk the gears on together because it's so tight.
Man, if we don't get this kit done in time, we're gonna lose the shop.
What are we talking about earlier?
I don't know.
Oh, just now, the integrity. Don't let it fool with the integrity of the bill! You can't with the bill!
Look, I mean, it can't be floating like that off of the darn. It can't be floating. It's gonna mess with the wood.
What happens is, if we put those shackle hangers in here and it floated this jig up, which would be incorrect for those who watch Jeopardy. I don't know if that's still the buzzer noise, but it's pretty close. Anyways, that's why we do what we do. All right.
It's all it's all test fitting. Got a small gappage there, which is caused by this gappage here, and that messes with the what?
Integrity of the bill. Jeez.
All right, give us an update. Where we at? What we doing?
Put the heads on.
Put the heads on. Got all the head bolts cleaned up. Push rods. I'm still working on a few things.
Yeah.
Just slowly but surely.
Well, there's nothing real crazy that you got to do here. Just make sure everything's clean before you put it on. The surfaces, when everything's been surfaced, come from the machine shop. It's all in good shape. You just put your gaskets right on there, and I'll put some nollie lube on the head bolts.
Nollie lube. I hadn't heard of that.
Yeah, and then I think AMC head bolts. I'll check it. I think 110 foot-pounds is what they torque to.
Cool deal.
Yeah, just put the head gaskets on there. You don't have to put nothing on there. Just it will have
Might have to speak up a bit with the fans.
yeah, it should say up and top on it, but anyway, the blue side, this is the side that goes up.
Well, there
Top.
you go. This
Yeah,
is
it
top
says
right there.
Top.
Cool.
So this is what goes up, and they're both the same. Obviously, just
Sweet.
you got your line-up valves here. Put the head on. Put the bolts in and tuck it down.
How's the integrity of the build?
Alright, that's good. I'm about to put the bar in. Got the hangers welded up, and then after this, just take it off and start welding.
Heck yeah. Oh yeah, Yarber Ivan Yarber done put his magic.
Been
on
100,000 degrees.
Look at
That looks a lot better the way we're doing it now.
Yeah.
So you can get a good. I just like that. It looks tough. I don't know. You
Looks
know.
like a daggone tank. That's a good job, man. That looks awesome.
Thank you, brother. Yeah, I believe it's about time to get out of the jungle, ain't it?
Yeah.
I said, I believe it's about time to get out of the jungle, ain't it?
Man, yeah, we're getting ready to have bad storms here. Got tornado watches till 9 o'clock. So,
Well, that's good.
oh yeah, we
That's nice.
really look forward to it.
I guess I'll be in my metal fortress. Hoping it don't do anything.
I'll be drawed up around all these trees.
Well, how would you say the AMC build has gone so far? At least today.
Oh, it's yeah.
No, we just wrapped it up there.
Everything so far is good. Got the I just put the oil pump, the pickup tube in it. We got the timing chain, gear on it. Got the heads on it.
Turn that, huh?
Everything really
Look at that.
turns good and free, just like it's supposed to.
Sweet. I think I spent most of the darn day cleaning all the internals. That's got to go back.
I spend most of my day wiping the sweat out of my crack.
We got to get that break-in stand fixed to accept this AMC motor.
I mean, what's his name? Is it, Bill? We got to get Bill back in here.
Bill AMC Pratt.
Bill Strickland. Y'all will get to meet Bill here after a while, maybe in the next video or so.
Somebody probably does it.
Yeah, Bill Strickland.
I know Bill.
Yep.
All right. That's the end of this day. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Tires are flat, bud. As always. Oh, God. There it goes. All right. Putting air in tires, swapping tires. Tars.
You get straight to it again.
You're good.
What is the chain on?
No, the chain. Well, the winch is hooked up. Not sure what that's gonna do.
It should be fine.
Oh, it should be fine.
Kidding me.
There we go. Shabam.
You gonna put them all back on or just like this? That's what I think.
Now we're gonna put it over here.
Yeah, because we'll probably get it in there next week and start stripping it.
Oh man,
Wheel bearing's gone in that.
that thing is moving like nobody's business. We're good to come down. Clear.
I'll give a crap what you do.
Okay. If I can even do it. There we go. Good to go. Oh, Lord. Stick over. Here we go.
Better not get a push.
Yeah, good move. You ever notice how it's just constantly not easy going anytime we do something?
Yeah, I know.
You ever notice that? How it's just always
Usually we're
on
lacking
edge?
about 85% in the equipment,
Yeah.
so we don't have stuff to do with. So we got to do it almost dangerous to get it done.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not. I mean,
New rig. New to us.
Going to get a Jeep truck that we're putting the 401 we're building in. We got to go get it. Intake and carburetor or something is going on the 401 that's in the truck. So we got to go get the truck, pull the 304 out of it, get the intake and carburetor off of it, and get it on the 401.
Yeehaw.
yeah, I'm glad we got this rolled back.
Pretty nice.
Yeah.
Compliments of my buddy Rodney. Y'all have actually seen this roll back before. It was the one that brought Olivia's van in when the ball joint separated in her lower control arm.
Dang.
Another day, another dollar. Another kit going out. Man, we just been running like crazy. We just come back with the Honcho here, taking back off to ship a kit.
Has been a hectic week.
Yeah. All right.
It's a rainy Thursday morning here at the shop. We actually, this is our last day this week. We're going to an event this weekend, Twin Rivers Camp Out, Chopper Camp Out.
Walking in the rain.
Getting ready to go for that. And I've been walking in the rain.
Well, we're too happy about it.
It's wet.
But today we're going to work on Bill Strickland today.
Introduce us to Bill Strickland there, bud.
Bill Strickland is our engine break-in stands. And how Bill came along was actually the same day the swim shop sign came along.
That's right.
When we went and got, my aunt called me about all the signs and stuff she had that they were going to throw away. We went over and got all the scrap stuff that we could dig through the pile. The swim shop sign was one of them. And there was a bunch of metal signs like this. So we took this piece of metal to cut it to mount our switches and our gauges on. And it was Bill Strickland. So our engine stand is Bill Strickland.
Oh, Bill.
I had one of these years ago that I had built that I broke in Chevrolet and AMC motors on, and I let a buddy of mine borrow it, and I just never went and got it back because there were some things on it I wanted to improve or make different. But we built this one, and it's just set up for Chevrolet right now. So y'all know we're building the 401. We got to break it in. So we're gonna adapt it to a AMC engine so we can start using those. So what we're gonna do, we may be able to use these mounts here, but I know we're gonna have to make another mount for the rear. But we made them where we could take these on and off and swap them back and forth. But on an AMC motor, this is definitely gonna have to be further back because we've got to run a bell housing on it. Because on an AMC, the starter actually bolts to the bell housing, whereas the Chevrolet, it bolts to the block. So we've got to modify it where to work with the bell housing. So that's what we're going to do today.
We'll see how far we can get because we got to get vans ready. Got to get everything packed.
We got everything packed. Yeah, we got a lot to do.
That thing looks in the rain.
I know. Look at the paint on it.
Look at that thing. Dude, it is. It looks good. If you was to...
Definitely want to buff it.
That's what we're going to do. We're going to try to get as much of that.
Dang, you need help? You good? Are you all right?
Oh, no, I worked out with a dumbbell this morning.
Yeah, I know.
So you're boxed and you need help.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No.
No. And you had it. Yeah. That's the best probably. Well. Come on, Bill.
Come on, Bill. Yeah.
Not work, but it may work. But it may not. But it may work.
There you go. I'll hand this to you. Okay.
To be or not to be.
That one's in.
So the box swing over or something.
Well,
You got it?
It's going.
Oh, yeah.
at least you're gonna go. I just need a
Need a
little pecker.
persuasion.
Or
Just force it if you have to.
Yeah, I think she will. Oh yeah, she's going on the road.
Here's trusty old claw hammer.
Appreciate that, Bill. All right.
We need to have them come down some.
There we go. No, I got it.
That went. Need to find a bell housing.
Yeah, and we've got to find. You don't know of another AMC block around here, do you?
No.
One of the dials is missing in the back of the block. Right here.
Oh yeah.
Well,
And to people that don't know, on an AMC motor, these dials are super important because, like I said before, the starter bolts to the bell housing, and your flex plate or your flywheel is actually bolted to the motor. So you got two different plate things mated together that have got to mesh together with the starter and flywheel. So if those dials aren't in there, if that thing tweaks just a little bit, you'll eat the starter up or it won't engage with the flywheel. So those things are very, very, very crucial. So we'll find one of them.
it's still. Okay. I'll hold it.
It seems to be. It seems to be okay.
Seems to me it's all right.
Yep.
Seems to me. I don't want to talk about it.
No, well, it fell out. It fell out.
Where?
I'm looking at it on the ground right here.
Well, use your same eyesight and get it for me, would you? Fell out, see?
What do you happen to do?
Dang it. Are you serious?
There's no bolts over there in the bin the right length. I'm sure it is, but it'll take 4 hours to go through them and find them. So this is what we have to resort to.
The jingle jangle of washers.
And I'm not.
Does look kind of cool,
Yeah,
don't
it
it?
just makes it great. Adds to the whole thing.
It gives it a little bit of
All right,
pizzazz.
so, all right, so now all we got to do is just do the same thing we had for the Chevrolet motors, but instead of going to the block, just come from here. And really all we need is just 2 of those holes in the back of the bell housing will be enough to hold it. Because it's not like it's hooked to the crank's not going to be hooked to anything, so it's not going to have a lot of torque rotation on it, so
Cool.
it just needs to stay in place.
I bet. See if that thing will go on there
That's what
with
I-
them
that's what I-
still on it.
That's exactly what I do. Yes, it will. So we can just make something that goes across this way and use the stock.
Right. See it now. Try that.
Eagle eye. You don't want to hit your thumb.
No.
You really don't.
Ah, she's smoking, bud.
I'm letting her eat, bud. Letting her eat some. What's y'all's favorite funny movie? That's what I want to ask them.
Oh, you want to ask the people what's their favorite funny? What's their favorite funny?
kind
movie?
of.
All right, well, go ahead, ask them.
What's your favorite funny movie? What do you got?
I mean, it's a toss up between.
I can't pick. I was just wondering, like, basically, I run out of crap to watch, so I need y'all to tell me what to watch. I don't know what to watch.
Gotcha.
I need to know what to watch.
I don't know. Mine's a toss up between Napoleon Dynamite and The Big Lebowski. But I mean, you've seen both of those.
That's good. Yeah, that's pretty fun.
Yeah. What's your favorite funny movie?
Oh, crap. Come on.
Oh, boy, that's
How
a
am I
good
supposed
one.
to do this?
Probably. Pee-wee's Big Adventure's pretty funny.
Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Yeah, you gotta. It's corny but funny. He just passed away.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. We were talking about it when we took our beach trip and we went Smokey and the Bandit. There's a bunch of funny stuff in there, man.
Jackie Gleason was hilarious.
Jackie Gleason is the king of comedy. Holy cow. Let go of that wheel.
Yeah, The Big Lebowski was a funny one. That's probably one of my favorites. Raising Arizona.
Oh my gosh, Raising Arizona. I forgot about that.
God, there's a bunch of them. You can't ever think when you ask a question like that. You can't never think of everything.
No.
Fast Times at Ridgemont High. That's a pretty funny one.
That's a good one.
Oh man, one of my all-time favorites from back in my day, The Breakfast Club.
Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
Cannonball Run.
Cannonball Run's good.
That one's good.
Yeah, Cannonball Run's good.
Pretty much anything with Eddie
And I'm
Martin in
telling you,
it.
Cannonball Run, to me, what made that movie funny, Dom DeLuise was funny, but Dean Martin and Sammy Davis Jr.
Yeah. How many foot-pounds was that?
That was right at 48 foot-pounds.
Oh, okay.
I think he'll hold it. You tell him I think it'll do it. If he don't, we can tell him I'll get somebody else to do it. You can do better. Math. Really bad at math.
Came out pretty good.
Don't even try to tell me what to do now. I ain't gonna listen. Look at me. Look like a guy who takes other people's advice.
No, but you definitely
Don't
take
look like
other
a guy who
people's
cares.
shirts.
That's my friend. He gave me his shirt. He's a welder too. He's a good one too.
Good.
Heavy equipment welder. Big and stuff. I used to do that and now I don't do that.
And now you do. Well, I don't know what you do.
I still am not sure what I want to be when I grow up. Man, I'm just kidding. I want to do this right here.
I want to do that right there.
Y'all gonna have to shut me up.
What?
What was that?
I don't know.
Let's see.
You look like Jim Carrey
I know,
in that movie. Bruce Almighty?
Yeah, I want everybody to see that.
He walks in that bedroom and
Except he gets plumb naked.
yeah.
I can't do that. Nice. Let's see.
Much of that done, and like always, we appreciate what y'all do. Like, share, subscribe. Check out our buddies at OK Recycling in Burlington. They got tons of stuff. You know, anybody that needs to sell some bulk equipment, warehouse stuff, give them a shout. Go check out their eBay store. It is amazing what all they have on that eBay store. We went down there yesterday, I believe, and shipped the kit, and they had just boxes and boxes of stuff getting ready to ship out from their eBay store. And I was talking to I can't remember if it was Whitney or who. I was talking to one of the girls down there. They UPS comes by there 3 times a day to take their shipments. One in the morning, one midday, and an afternoon. That's how much stuff they sell on their eBay store. So go check out their eBay store. Check out our buddies at Renegade Tees up in West Jefferson. They're the one that makes all our t-shirts. We've got our new t-shirt that Seth just put on our big cartel link that'll be in the bottom. Check out our new t-shirt. We'll be putting it on the website. Order you a t-shirt. If you need shirts made, or just give Mark a call. He'll hook you up. And our buddy too, we want to give a shout out to our buddy Matt Thompson at Mattco Metalworks. Y'all are going to start probably seeing him. Sometimes there's going to be some things that we can't do here in the shop as far as cutting out metal and stuff, and he's going to help us out on some of that stuff, so you'll start seeing some of him pop up in some of the videos. But check him out. Awesome guy. They got a cool metal fab shop here in Reidsville. He's also got a YouTube channel, Mattco Mafia, so check that out if you're into metal work. He has some tutorials on there to show you how to do some stuff metal work. So Matt Thompson at Mattco Metalworks. Give a shout out to him, and y'all just keep doing what y'all do, and we'll keep doing what we do.
What? What was that?
You ever seen Roadkill? Not to show like a dead animal.
Right. Yeah. You couldn't pay me enough.
Some dude comes across a curb in their Dodge coming home from work, going to get him a 12-pack, pack of smokes, going to sit on their couch and watch some TV, hauling the rear around the curve. He ain't gonna, I mean, you're done, dude. You're done. Flat. Done.
He was riding like...
I'm just gonna pedal up his hill. Damn, I'm done. Turbo and everything. Can't hear him hauling because of turbo. Picking the teeth out of a tar. I just spit all over my face.
That's pulling on.